So with the growing popularity of Metatrader 5, as more and more traders and brokers continue to push this platform over MT4, it only makes sense that we're going to begin to see more and more brand new traders coming into the markets with absolutely no idea how to use the app. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a full breakdown and walkthrough of the MT5 app, showing you the ins and outs of the platform and how you can potentially start using it to make some money straight from your phone while trading in the Forex market. Let's get into it. If this is your first time downloading Metatrader 5 and you have never opened up the app before, then typically what's going to happen is that the app is going to prompt you to create your free demo trading account. Now, this demo trading account usually comes with about $100,000 in demo money, and again, this is not money that you can actually do anything with except just practice in the markets. Now, if you want to trade with something that's a little bit more realistic, but you're not yet ready to open up a live account, you're going to want to go to the settings button on the bottom right. Click that, new account, meta quotes, and right here, you're going to click demo. Click that, and now it's going to prompt you to start creating your demo account. You're going to input all your information here down to the email, and make sure this is an email that you actually use, because this is where they're going to send your login credentials for this demo account. So God forbid you ever get signed out, or maybe you're signing in on a new device or signing in on your computer. That's the information that you're going to want to use. Come down here to deposits and lower that to about $3,000. So $3,000 is the lowest that you can go. For this, if you have a broker and you're creating a demo account through your broker, they may allow you to go lower. I remember when I first started trading, I was creating demo accounts with about anywhere from $250 to $500 in the demo, just again so I can have more of a realistic mentality when I'm trading and I'm not over leveraging on these trades for when I actually go live. I don't have that mentality of putting, 1, 2, or 3 standards on a $500 account, because that just doesn't make sense. Now, if you're looking to open up a live account, well, the process is the same way. Now, do remember, in opening up a live account, you're going to want to actually have a broker. And no, Metatrader 5 is not the broker. Do some research, figure out what broker might be best for you. And if you're confused and maybe you don't know, what broker to use, you're probably brand new, I do have some link down in the description. You guys can check that out. But just for this example, we're going to go ahead and type in the broker that I use, which you guys can see right here is Sway Market. So I go ahead and click that, and it will prompt me to log in to my live account. So this is where you're actually going to be linking your broker to your Metatrader 5 so that you can be able to trade and monitor your trades right here from your phone. Again, without a broker, you cannot make real money. You cannot open up a live account through Metatrader 5. I already know we're going to get a lot of questions about that in the comments, as we did with our Metatrader 4 video. So yes, you do have to have a broker first if you guys plan on going live and funding money to be able to trade. So now that we got that out of the way and you got everything set up, you either have your live account or your demo account linked to your Metatrader 5. Let's jump back up to the very first tab on the bottom left, which is going to be your quotes tab. Here in the quotes tab, this is where you're going to see all of your currency pairs, and you're going to be able to customize this tab to pretty much choose any pairs that you personally trade or remove any pairs that you don't trade. So by default, you guys see here, there are a bunch of pairs here, but like for example, I do not trade the Ruby, right? So USD Ruby, that's something that I probably don't want there. So what you're going to want to do is click this little pencil right here up top, and it'll allow you, just by clicking here over on this side, you can actually remove currency pairs from this tab just by doing that. So I'm going to remove the selected ones. I just checked them off on the checkbox, and now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and click the trash can. So as you guys can see, I just deleted all of those pairs. I'm going to delete one more, and now we're left with 3. Now let's say there's a pair that I do trade that isn't already on this screen. Then very simply, all I have to do is come right here to the search bar. I can choose Forex, metals, indices, so on and so forth. Let's just say there's a currency pair that I want to add. I would then click this button, find the pair in this list by scrolling down, and just simply add it by clicking the green plus mark that is over here on the side. So I'm going to add USD JPY, and I'm also going to add AUD CAD. So we're going to click those two. We're going to go back to the original quotes page, and as you guys can see, USD JPY and USD CAD are both now added to the bottom of that list. Now, one thing to note, and this works the same exact way in Metatrader 4, is that if you have a chart open on the charts tab down here, for example, I have Euro USD open right now, it will not allow me to delete this from my list. So if you wanted to, you can rearrange, so on and so forth. I cannot delete Euro USD because I currently have that chart open. So what I would have to do is I would open up another chart by clicking the currency pair, clicking chart. Now I have GBP USD open, and if I come back here and go to the edit, I can now delete Euro USD if that is what I wanted to do. As I mentioned, you can also rearrange these and put it in any order that you want to, customize to whatever it is that you like, maybe based off of what pairs you trade the most. It is completely up to you. So that's it for the quotes. Let's move on over to the chart. The charts tab is a little bit more complex, but this is where it gets fun. So we're going to start at the top left and we're going to make our way over, eventually coming down. Okay. So right here at the very top left, you're going to have your time frames. So we have the M1, which is the 1 minute, the M5, which is the 5 minute, the H1, which is the hour, the D1s, which is the daily. What these are is, if you guys are not familiar with trading, is you're not changing the actual charts. What you're changing is the times that these candles represent. So for example, if I break it down to the M1, which is the 1 minute, each one of these candles will represent what the market has done within that minute. So right now, if we go to the current market, we can see the market's moving. This is a 1 minute candle, which means in the next minute, the next candle is going to form for the new 1 minute candle. If I were to change this to the M15, then each one of these candles will represent, it's the same exact chart, but each one of these candles now represent 15 minutes. So this is 15 minutes in the market, that's 15 minutes in the market, that's 15 minutes in the market, and the new candle here is not going to form until the next 15 minutes is open. As you can see on my time, it is 12:21 a.m. So the next candle is not going to open until 12:30. That will be 15-minute increment, 15, 30, and 45. Right next to your time frames, you have your crosshair. And this is typically what people use to kind of pinpoint exact parameters in the markets, whether you're checking the time and date right here down at the bottom, or if you're checking the price of that area right here over to the right. So if I were to take my crosshairs, and let's say I'm looking more for an entry around here, hypothetically, I'm going to put it there, and it will show me the exact price so that when I go to open up the trade, I know exactly what price to put it at. So that's what your crosshairs is typically used for. Moving over to the functions tab. The functions button is where you're going to be adding your indicators. Now you can add indicators to the main window, indicators like Bollinger Bands, for example. As you guys can see, just added some Bollinger Bands there. And you can also add oscillators that won't be added to the main chart, but will be added down towards the bottom of the screen. So I'll go ahead and add a stochastic oscillator. You can change the parameters if you wanted to. Click that, and now you guys see I have a stochastic down there, and I have my Bollinger Bands on the chart itself. Now it's also good to note that if you guys were to take your phone and flip it like this, this might allow you to look at the charts in a more wider view, and this is typically where you would want to do your markups. I wouldn't recommend doing your markups like this because you can't really see the full range of the market. Doing this changes everything. Right next to your functions, you have your tools. Now these are objects that you can use to mark up your charts. So for example, we have vertical lines, we have horizontal lines for your support and resistance, we have diagonal lines for your trend lines. And if you click the objects button here, it'll give you the full range of different objects that you can add to your chart to again be able to help you with your markups and your analysis, like Fibonacci's, for example, or even rectangles to mark up specific zones, whether that be a buy zone or a potential sell zone. So I'm going to add a rectangle just to show you guys how this would work. I will go ahead and put it like this. Again, turn my phone sideways, and there you go. We have a potential support zone right there at the bottom. And again, as you guys get more fluent and better in trading, you'll understand the importance of marking up zones. But we're not going to go too much into depth with that on this video because that is not what this is for. So right next to the objects button, there's actually this cool feature right here that is on Metatrader 5 that isn't on Metatrader 4, which is pretty cool, especially once you become more fluent in trading. What this allows me to do, it's almost like one-click trading, not really, but in a sense, it makes your trading or your trade execution a lot faster, as you don't have to open up the trading screen to be able to place the trades on Metatrader 5. So what I can do is, I can actually sift through here, buy stop, sell limit, buy limit. These are pretty much going to be my pending orders, but a faster way to actually be able to place these pending orders. So let's just say, for example, I wanted to do a sell stop. I can place my sell stop here, set my stop loss by clicking the SL button, and let's say I want my stop loss here, set my take profit by clicking the TP button, place that there, and if I wanted to place this trade, click that little arrow, and boom, it brings me to exactly the parameters that I just marked up on the chart. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I remember back in Metatrader 4, there's been multiple times where I would literally have to try to remember the exact numbers by going back and forth. I would go back and forth because I'm like, oh my God, what was that number, right? What was that entry I was trying to get in? And this just makes it so much easier because, again, you can plot these numbers right on the screen, right? Without actually opening up the trade button. And like I said, once you click that arrow, those parameters are already set for you. All you have to do is set your lot size and then go ahead and click place. Which brings me to our next point, is that if you did actually want to place a trade, and let's say you didn't want to use this feature here, you can actually just tap the screen, press the trade button, put in whatever parameters you want, and be able to set that up how you want it. So right up here, you can change how you execute the trade by clicking that button there, whether it be instant execution or one of these pending orders. You can change your lot size, which is how much you're going to be putting into that trade. Set up your take profit and your stop loss for your maximum risk, and you will be good to go. Hit either buy or sell when you're done, and that is how you place your trade. I should also mention that if you are not on the correct currency pair, you are allowed to actually change that from the top as well. But these are only going to be the list of currencies that you have set up in your quotes. So if you don't have these already set up in your quotes, it's not going to show here. So make sure before you even come to the trade tab, you have it set up in your quotes, especially if you're taking like signals or trade ideas or trade alerts. Sometimes you might take an alert that you did not set up in your quote, so it's not there. Make sure it's there, then come here, copy and paste, and your trade idea is good to go. All right, moving forward, let's not spend too much time on that. We have here, right next to that button, is the one-click trading button. So this is going to be for those people who you already know, like maybe you're doing a market execution, you're ready to get into this trade right now. You can literally click the one-click trading button, change your lot size to whatever it is that you want the lot size to be. So if I want a 0.50 lot, I'll go ahead and put that. And whenever I'm ready, I can hit buy to the right or sell to the left, depending on what I'm looking to do. And once I go ahead and do that, I just executed that trade right there. Big red arrow pointing down because I entered for a sell with my lot size right there. As you guys can see, a 0.50 lot. We are currently in profit for that trade. And if we wanted to actually see that trade, we're going to move over here to the trade tab. And there you go. So the trade tab is pretty self-explanatory. At the very top, you're going to see your profits for that trade. And this is going to be mostly used for if you have multiple trades open. So for example, if I were to place another sell here, and for whatever reason, I have 3 trades open, coming to the trade tab, you can see that not all of them are in profit. So what this top feature is, this top right here is going to be the collective of all the trades that you have open. Obviously, if you're looking individually at each trade, it's going to tell you for this top one, I'm in profit. For these 2 on the bottom that I just sold now, it is in the negative. So if you're adding up or if you're subtracting, however you want to look at it, the total profits with the loss that I have here, that's going to equal what's shown right here at the top. Your balance is your total account balance, and your equity is going to be your total account balance, either plus or minus all the positions that you currently have open. So that's another thing that is good to note. You also have a plus sign right here at the top right corner, and this is again just for activating new trades if you guys wanted to do that. So there's many different ways to be able to pull up the trade screen if needed. Let's say I'm either done with a trade or I want to close with some partial profits. Well, what I would do is simply click the trade here. So we're going to click this first one that is in profit right now. We're going to go to the close position sign, right? Boom. And then right here, I can choose to either close the entire trade or I can modify right up here the total lot size. And this is the 0.50. I can actually choose if I wanted to just pull profits on 20, a 0.20, and it'll leave 0.30 still open in that trade. So I'll show you guys what I mean. I'm going to pull profits on 0.20. Boom. And we still have this trade open with only 0.3 left in the position. If I wanted to close the whole thing, then very simply, close position. I'll take the entire lot size there and just press close. And now I close that entire trade. We're going to close another one just so that you guys can see. And now we only have one position open, which is currently in profit. But if we come back down here to the bottom on our history, you're going to see all the trades that I just finished closing. Now, here's what's pretty cool about Metatrader 5 that I don't believe Metatrader 4 has done. I'm pretty sure they haven't. But as you guys can see, with this top position, I actually took partial profits and then eventually closed the rest of it. Instead of making that two separate trades, what it did was it condensed it back to one position and saying that this was the amount that I closed on that position, which you guys can see is the 0.5. Now, remember, initially I closed 0.20. and then I closed 0.30. So there's usually going to be two trades that are open here, but it did not do that because that was all one trade. We took full profits on it eventually, and as you guys can see, it bumped it back up to 0.50 on the lot. Now, taking it a little bit more advanced and going more in depth with how to use this and really get your statistics up there. I mean, this is actually pretty fire too. For more of the more geeky people like myself, you guys like numbers, you like to see certain things. If you go to the orders tab, it's going to show you all of the orders that you have placed. So obviously all of my GBP USD orders were sells, but to get out of the sells, you need to buy that position. So you guys see here, my sells were filled. I put 3 positions in, and out of those 3, I closed 3, which is, remember, the 2 partial profits here, the 0.30 and the 0.20, and then the full 0.50 right there at the bottom. It's going to tell you 6 were filled out of 6. I haven't canceled any trades. So typically, canceled trades are going to be your pending orders. Sometimes we may have some pending orders that never actually get filled by the market, and then we choose to cancel them if they last too long. That will be right there on the cancel tab. Moving over to deals. For the most part, this is going to be a combination of both the positions tab and the orders tab. You're going to be able to see all of the deals. So again, everything that's shown here, right there, as you guys can see, as well as all of this stuff down here at the bottom that's not shown here, as you guys can see, is now there. But if you want to just keep it simple, you'll keep it at positions. It's going to show you all of your profits and loss right here on positions. Now, if you guys have a specific date range that you want to go back to, you're going to click the little clock on the right hand corner. Click that and you're going to see you can do it today, last week, last month, so on and so forth, or you can do a custom field and backtrack to whatever date you want to go ahead and check out. Last but not least, before we move on, is right here on the top left corner. We have not touched this yet, but this is going to be pretty much just organizing what you see here on the screen. And you can literally look at this by symbol, by ticket, by type, by volume, so on and so forth, or by profit. You can customize it by profit. If I click the profit button, it's going to show me from top to bottom, the bottom being the most profit in this example. If I wanted to change that, I'll just click it again. You guys see the arrow goes up. So now it's going to show me the most profit to the least profit. So one thing that's cool about Metatrader 5, as you guys can see, is that there's way more data and it's a little more customizable than using the regular Metatrader 4, which is why more people are actually moving to this. It's a more advanced, newer, and just all around sexier version of the last Metatrader, which would be number 4. Now I'm going to go over this as well because I always get this question in videos. It's how do I customize my charts? So we're going to bring it back to the settings tab right here, and if you look right here down towards the bottom, you're going to see charts, and this is where you're going to be able to customize all of your charts. Whether you want to change it from a bar chart to a candle chart to a line chart, you want to change what it is that you actually see on the chart, or more importantly, for more of my creative people, you want to change the colors of your actual charts and your candles. This is how you're going to do it. There are also some pre-loaded schemes right here for you guys if you guys want to try that. For example, if I choose black and green, come over here, go over to my chart, and now you guys can see we have a black and green line chart. If I were to come back, change it back to candles, now we have a black and green candle chart. So again, some preloaded schemes on there are pretty cool, but I always like to customize my charts, and I'm sure if you guys are watching this, you like to customize your colors as well. So with that being said, guys, that is pretty much it for this Metatrader 5 walkthrough. If you are brand new, hopefully you guys did enjoy. As you can see, we are still in some deep profits on this trade. We're going to go ahead and close that and add that to our profit list over here. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up as always. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And if you are brand new to trading Metatrader 4 or Metatrader 5, you're probably going to want to check out this playlist right here, where we load you with nothing but tips and tricks and even strategies on how to improve and make more money using this app straight from your phone. This is your boy Rico, aka Rockstar FX. I'm out. Peace.